Whoa! What's going on, everybody? And welcome back to yet again another Getting to Know the Artist. I am Wiggles, your host, and we are here with none other than Ill Fortune. How's everybody doing? I seen some people in the chat. I appreciate y'all showing up. I know it ain't for my ugly ass. It's for this man, and we fucking love you. How you doing, buddy?
What is fucking going on? That was a crazy intro. I fucking love that. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little excited, you know what I'm saying? Especially when it's Jugs and we're about to go home and the energy, man, I'm so ready. So, yeah, without further ado, I know some people in the chat know this man, or at least the ones I've seen. There's one name I don't know that I've seen before. It's Ly Ryzen or Horizon. I don't know who you are, homie, but
oh shit, that's the homie Lear Zone right there.
Oh, okay. My fault. Welcome in. I appreciate you showing up. But yeah, we're just gonna jump right into the questions, man. And the first question I have for you is, what is your name? Where was you born and raised? And where do you currently reside now?
That's a good start. My real name is Hunter Fortune. If you want to get real specific, it's Hunter Paid in Fortune, right? But I ain't paid in fortune, so don't get it mistaken. But my hip-hop name or my stage name, Ill Fortune, is what everybody knows me by. Born and raised in a shithole called Grand Rapids, Minnesota. Currently residing in Duluth, Minnesota. A slightly better shithole, but also a kind of cool place. So
I'm gonna have to check with my cousin. She lives over in Minnesota, and if I'm not mistaken, I think it might be by Duluth. So that's a very ironic, bro. I don't think I've known nobody that really, aside from her. And like, we're not cold people. She was born in Illinois. Why she went to Minnesota is beyond me. But yeah, craziness. That's what's up. So like, have you moved around or traveled or anything? Or you just home is home or?
As far as where I've lived, I mean, I've always been in Minnesota. I moved to Duluth when I was 19 years old, and I've been here. Well, I was here about 7 years, and I moved back home for 3 years because we were doing a house flip. We bought a shitty old house, fixed it up, and flipped it, and now we're back in Duluth again. We moved back last year. I just love this area. You know, it has its ups and downs, but it's a fucking awesome area. Great art scene, a lot of people doing a lot of things. It's not very boring. There's always kind of shit going on, so it's a great place.
Absolutely. No, that's what's up. I've only lived in like 2 or 3 states, but I've seen 7. I'm always just curious. I would like to see all states before I get too damn old. I don't know if it's gonna happen. Probably won't go to Hawaii. I'm not big on planes, yada yada. I sure don't want to be on a ship to go across there or some shit either. So I don't know.
I love traveling. You know, I'm trying to go to every single state and some countries and whatnot. But like you said, I'm not like big on like cruise ships, and I don't know how I feel about international flights yet. I've only ever like flown to, I think California was the furthest I've flown. So
right.
Much love, conflicted genetics. Appreciate that.
Whoop whoop whoop.
Yeah.
And we also got Mr. Keto. I don't know if he's still in here. King Keto, whoop whoop. What up, fam?
Salute,
appreciate
King
y'all
Keto.
coming through.
For me for a fucking minute. King Keto, that dude is fucking, that's a loyal dude right there. He rocked me on stage at the Gathering in 2022, I think it was. Yeah, it was a great show.
Keto's cool. We've had him up here on the show. He's the homie. All right. Awesome. Next question. Are you a juggalo? How long have you been down, or when did you discover yourself? And thirdly, do you consider yourself a juggalo rapper? Some people see a box. Some people don't see a box. Give us just at least a thought on the juggalo rapper thing. But are you a juggalo? How long have you been down? When did you discover yourself? And then juggalo rapper.
You know, I've been making horrorcore music for a long ass time, and you're the first person to ever ask me, am I a juggalo? That's crazy to me. I'm fucking 29 years old, and it's the first time. Yes, I am a fucking juggalo. Whoop, whoop, motherfucker. I've been down since I was about 12 years old, I would say, 12 or 13. My uncle and my cousin were super into it. They were always bumping Great Malenko and then some Mr. Hyde and Necro around me and my brother. And then my brother got into ICP before me. He's like a year and a half older. And then I was like super big into Eminem at that time when I was 11, 12 years old, right? And then him and I would like argue about who's better. And then eventually by the time I was like 12 and a half, 13, I went over to the ICP side and I was like, man, Great
He
Malenko.
came to the dark side.
Great Malenko is one of the greatest albums of all time, in my opinion. It's
Hands
like
down.
top 3 for me, like maybe even number 1. And that album just changed my life. And I can't believe I ever like fucking told my brother Eminem was better, you know, but that's beside But yeah, so it's been, I don't know how many years that is, like 15, 16 years, something like that. But as far as your last question, I don't consider myself a Juggalo rapper. And here's why. Because I don't just make horrorcore music. I also do conscious type rap, conscious hip hop, and that's kind of my Minnesota roots coming out. So I'm a hip hop head, and I'm also a horrorcore head, and just a horror addict in general. I fucking love the horror genre in all sorts. I mean, you can tell by my room. And I'm a Juggalo from the word go, but I don't consider myself a Juggalo rapper. I don't say whoop whoop in my tracks. I don't really rap out Fago hardly ever. I have, but not hardly ever. And it's nothing against that. It's just, you know, I don't want to feel like I'm biting off of somebody else's shtick. And that's nothing against people that do, you know, rap about Fago and Nedden and all that type of shit. But I'm trying to do my own thing. You know, I'm trying to kind of be my own box, put myself in my own box. We're working on
you ain't got to say the words to bring it into existence because you live it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I always find the question kind of random or whatever. Like, obviously, I'm not an artist. I'm just a consumer and I guess a digital creator, if you will, or something like that. I'm most definitely a jug. You know what I'm saying? My little story is I didn't have like the upbringing of people in my family until my cousin Lindsay like came to stay with us for a while when I was 12, and he showed up wearing a Great Malenko jersey and had his hair spider braided and was probably like bumping Riddlebox or some shit, you know what I'm saying? And we're like, what the fuck? Me and my friends. But then from there it was a wrap, you know, the rest was history on that. But I don't know. I think some songs like it sounds it's okay if you do it right, but at the same time, I respect that you just make music and you don't feel the need or have to, you know what I'm saying, make Juggalo references, if you will, or
Well, don't
whatever.
get me wrong. The only people I really want respect from in this world are Juggalos, if I'm being completely honest. As far as my music goes, I don't give a fuck if I'm accepted by mainstream audiences. That's never been the goal. Everything I do is for the underground. It always has been, always will be. So don't get me wrong. Because I don't call myself Juggalo rapper doesn't mean I'm not doing all this shit for the Juggalos.
You just respect originality. Is that a word? Like,
originality?
you know
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Dope. Okay, next question. What inspired you to start making music? What was that switch that you said, I think I'm going to do this and I'm going to take it seriously?
There was no switch for me. I was born doing this shit. From the second that I could write a word, I've been writing lyrics. My dad, I've talked about this a little bit before. My dad was a breakdancer and a graffiti artist. So I was around that a lot growing up, like very traditional old school hip hop type culture, you know, like just the act of like listening to Sugar Hill Gangs and Nucleus and breakdancing on some fucking cardboard and just practicing my tagging and shit like that. That's the kind of shit I grew up on. So naturally, from the second that I was old enough to form a sentence, you know, and write shit down, I was writing raps. You know what I'm saying? Like before I was in kindergarten, I had written my first fucking verse. And
that's crazy.
Yeah, so there was never a time where I was just like, you know what, I'm going to try to be a rapper. I've always been doing this shit since I was a kid. In third grade, I did a report on the culture of hip hop. And this is like, you know, fucking little white kid in Minnesota in a small town of like mainly like rednecks and shit.
Right.
It's like nobody else got that shit. But I was just like, it was so ingrained in me and I didn't really think about it any other way. I was just like, this is like what I love. I love horror and I love hip hop. It's always been like that.
That's awesome. That makes this next question gonna be kind of interesting because like I don't think I've done 141 of these interviews now, and I don't think I've ever had an artist quite put it like that. And so at any rate, I mean, Who do you look up to in the music industry then? Mainstream and underground. If you've had so much music like culture just surrounded by you, do you even truly entertain music? I mean, you're making music, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, who do you look up to or inspire from then, or whatever musically? And they can be dead or alive, even like this. You know what I'm saying? Who's somebody that I guess really gets you going or whatever?
So it changes throughout the years. So when I speak, it's more of on like a broad timeline kind of spectrum, not like in the now. But I've taken inspiration from ICP and Eminem. That's the obvious first one. I think a lot of people could probably say that. So I'll just get that out of the way. Beyond that, I got to even diving into the ICP thing. Mikey Clark specifically has inspired my beat production a lot. Like I really admired the way he puts beats together, how eccentric they are. And on top of that, Necro was always a big inspiration growing up. Not so much anymore, but definitely in my early days as a teenager, I was listening to a lot of Ill Bill, Necro, Mr. Hyde, La Coca Nostra, just a lot of that shit. And so I would say Necro, Mikey Clark, and then RZA, Wu-Tang Clan. RZA, obviously, fucking just the rawness of the beats and shit. Those are like the three big ones that really kind of make up what inspires my shit.
Okay, yeah. No, you good. Solid ass answers. No, it's cool. It's your interview. Fuck. Sorry, lost my train of thought there. Next question is okay. Any current projects in the works? What's next? Do you have any EPs, any albums, any tours, any shows, any one-off events? Yada yada. What do you got going on?
Right away, last show of the year is going to be Camp Zool. I'll be performing there. Never been there before, been wanting to go for a long time. So they invited me out to that shit, and I was like, "Of fucking course, I'm going to be there." So we're actually missing the gathering this year to make it out to Camp Zool instead. We've been traveling all
Wah,
over.
wah, wah. No,
Yeah, we were just at fucking Tunaka Cabra Palooza 2, which was crazy. That was a great show. We were just in Chicago last week too, just for a convention, meeting Robert Englund and Kane Hodder and Ken Kurzinger, Jason Voorhees and shit. You know, it was crazy.
Yeah.
So we've been traveling a lot this last month here, so we just kind of had to say, you know what, we're not going to gather this year, but next year we're definitely going to be there. But I'm getting sidetracked now. As far as projects go, I have a really big project underway right now. We're actually doing the rollout for it right now. I haven't dropped anything in 2 years because I've been working on this project so diligently amongst other big projects outside of music. We can talk about that too. But this project, I'm not at liberty to say too much yet, but I can give one piece of information here. I alluded a couple days ago that I'm doing this project with another artist, someone who is coming up fast and is killing shit left and right now. And that is Enoch X Mortis, the homie.
Yeah.
So if y'all know Enoch X Mortis, he has been just slaying shit. And him and I have been working on this for 2 years now, almost 2 years. It's something that we are sure that the underground will appreciate. It's something that is rooted deep within horror and our passion. Like I said, I can't spill too much right now, but within the next week, 2 weeks, we're going to be unloading more and more information. So people need to be keeping their eyes to the wall for that one.
Hell yeah. Enoch has a sound of, and I got to interview him. They're humble people, him and Cartoon. Enoch has a sound about him though that is different. I don't know how to place it, but he definitely has an interesting sound about him. He's a cool dude, no doubt. And I'm curious for that then myself. Yeah, you said there was something else that's.
Yeah. So the last year, I've been delving into the filmmaking scene a lot more. I've always had filmmaking in my roots. I've always done videos. I do all my own video editing. I do everything actually. I do graphic design. I do all that shit. But the video editing thing has always been big for me, and I decided I'm sick of putting out subpar stuff by my standards. At this point, I've done it for over 10 years that I decided to save up some money, and I invested in a Sony FX6 camera and a bunch of other equipment, lenses, and just kind of said, screw it, went for it. And I spent the last 7-8 months making a short film. I did the screenplay, I had it edited, I did up the storyboard, the shot list, I did everything as professional as I could. I spent 3 months just watching tutorials on YouTube and going through courses, like actual online courses, and learning how to actually be a professional filmmaker, director, photographer, a gaffer, all these different positions that you would need on a crew, not just one, but all of them. Because my biggest thing is I don't like to outsource for people. If I can do it myself, I'm going to do it myself if I have the capacity to do that. So with that in mind, I think we did this short film with about 5 people total. That includes the actors and the assistants. So it was crazy experience, learned a whole lot about filmmaking, and I'm just excited to see where it goes from here. So that's what I've been busy doing.
I think that's freaking awesome. And like, here's why, just on my basic level, obviously not as sophisticated as you, but that's what I do. I'm a YouTuber. I create videos. I try to create content and stuff like that. I got a little BS T7 Canon Rebel camera. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing super fancy. It does all right.
Which Rebel is it?
I could show you. I don't even know what I own. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I've been doing.
It's like the T7X or something like that. Okay. It's a little small. What I've heard, it's the disposable camera of Canons, but decent. I don't know. I mean, it's got a long lens and a short lens that comes with it. I've done pretty crisp photos of the moon, and I've done some all right shots. I went to, you mentioned Camp Zool. I got to see them play in Shelbyville, Indiana, and I got some pretty good pictures at that concert and stuff like that of them or whatever. But I don't claim to be a professional. There's even you really got to know what you're looking at and how to, and that's what you probably learned that I lack. But that's neat to me, and it's cool that you might start. I'm guessing the idea is you're going to be producing your own videos and stuff like that for your music videos or an actual movie, you said, or something like that. That's cool shit, man.
Yeah, the movie's premiering this September, and then it's going to be also part of a larger anthology, and I'm probably going to submit it to some film festivals. Just I wasn't going to, but people are telling me I should, so I don't know if it's going to hit YouTube anytime soon, but I'm definitely going to put it out there. But yeah, I was going to say I had a Rebel camera, and that's what I've used for the last 10 years for all my videos. It was a Canon Rebel T2i, and I had some decent lenses for it, and yeah, most of my videos were shot on that thing. So not Toxic Offender, that one I hired somebody for. That's why that one is like 4K, super sharp. But yeah,
right. Yeah, it's not a bad camera. I probably should have taken better care of it now, but I've had it for a few years or whatever. It still gets the job done. I'm bringing it. I wasn't going to. I was really up on the fence about bringing it this year, but fuck it, I'm gonna bring it and hope to capture some decent little shots or do some little interviews for my channel and whatnot. So figure it out. But I'm sure this year, like last year, I tried to see everything and I feel like I missed everything. You know what I'm saying? This year, I really want to kind of like, I don't know, just not worry about so much video content, but just really like enjoy myself and try to prioritize, even though I know it's next to impossible. But yeah,
man,
at any rate,
at the gathering, I can't even like get myself in a real business headspace. I love being there. I feel like I'm on vacation. Right. It's hard to think about. Like I'm business like 360 days out of the year. Like every fucking day I'm working.
Right.
Even if I'm not releasing stuff, I'm always working on something, whether it's for my own shit or for somebody else's shit. So it's like I relax when I'm there. I don't even really worry that hard. That's why I don't do the freestyle contests. I don't do like the open verses or the ciphers. Like it's good publicity, but at the end of the day, I just want to fucking chill and enjoy myself. Like mental health is super important,
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so my next question for you is, what is a song that is like, what song is your favorite song that you have made that is personal to you for one reason or another, not because it's necessarily your top song or something like that, but you know, it actually means something to you or whatever.
Oh man, that's a really tough song. That's a tough question. Before I answer that, because I need to think about that, I'm gonna answer this other dude's question about the animal. I would be probably an orangutan or a spider monkey. I love monkeys, but
So that question, I was gonna ask it actually after this. It's actually a two-part. It's actually a she. She just her name is Insane Lichen. That's what she goes by. She that's my old lady. She does digital art and she draws for like furries and all kinds of people, animals, and different kind of stuff. So when she doesn't have commissions going on to get paid for, she'll come back to these artist interviews and refer to some of these and maybe like make a thing. She drew Ouija as a chibi taking a bath in blood, and he shared it all over his social media. She drew a penis dragon for Clockwork E. Not like they commissioned her; she just done it pro bono on herself, but it turned out looking really dope. You know, so stuff like that or whatever. She can just draw some random shit. And she usually asks if you can be an animal or a fictional character like unicorn or whatever, what would you be? And then we can go back to the other question.
Oh man. Well, definitely as an animal, I'd be like a spider monkey. I think I just love fucking monkey shit. I don't know why. It's just ever since I used to have like 100 monkey stuffed animals when I was like 7 years old.
I want a little capuchin or capucci so he can like do palm rolls for my dreads.
There you go. That'd be fucking wicked. Hold on a second. I got this fucking window. I'm right in the hospital district, so we got these fucking loud ass helicopters outside.
Yeah, you're straight. Did I ask? Oh, I don't know if she can hear. I just said, did I ask your question right?
And we're back.
Damn.
Yeah, it's always fucking noisy out here. I live like right in the fucking city. I was gonna say though, I thought about your other question about the song. I had this one track called "Death of an Addict." I think it was like 5-6 years ago. Maybe I dropped that shit. It deserved a music video, and I still might go back and make a music video for that track because I have the means to do it right now. I have access to a school, and I have the cinematic quality to really produce something well worth seeing. But the reason that track is so important to me is because it's loosely based off of basically some shit that happened to me when I was in high school and kind of not my whole upbringing, but just like, you know, an aspect of some shit that I went through with some relationships and how I got into drugs and all that stuff. And it was short lived. And I almost fucking died a couple times from overdosing on just various fucking pills and shit. And so the song is kind of a take on that. And yeah, I would love to do a cinematic that really shows the whole story more in depth, you know. The song did okay. I didn't push it super hard. I kind of just dropped it with the picture that I made up on Photoshop and let it sit. I didn't, you know, I know some people appreciate that track, but yeah, I think it deserved to see a little bit more shine. So I might revisit it.
Absolutely. And not to confuse with that question, what's a song that you would suggest to somebody that doesn't have no clue who you are and you're trying to get them hip to your music? Maybe something a little more upbeat.
I think Toxic Offender pretty much says it all. But the thing with Toxic Offender is that it's not the single for that song. It's not like the best song that's a representation, but the video and the vibe and the tone that it sets, I think, is the best impression that somebody can get of me at this current point. I will say that I haven't put out as many videos as I want to, and that's something that I'm definitely going to change now. And we already have a lot of videos in the chamber now that we've done this summer. Like I said, just because I'm not putting shit out doesn't mean I'm not working and preparing. So we have a lot of content.
Right.
But right now, that one is like the best impression if you want to know kind of how wild I can get. And that's kind of the thing about me when I rap is I like to just fucking really push boundaries and try to say some not shock value type shit. I try to be cunning with the shit I say. You know, that's really important to me. If you're going to say something fucked up, at least be clever about it. Don't just say something fucked up to say it. So
right.
I try to keep people on the edge of their seat, kind of make them think, what the fuck's he going to say next type of thing. But Yeah, right now that's the one. I would say Death on Tape is another good one too, because I'm a storyteller at the end of the day. I love telling stories, but by any means. And that one is just like Death on Tape is just a story all the way through.
Love me
Lyrically,
a good story. A good one. If people suck at doing story songs, just rap.
yeah. Well, what was cool about that one is that we did practical effects in that video, a little bit of CGI too, but mainly practical effects for a death scene in there, and it turned out really well. And it was my first death scene filming on a camera where I did the silicone work and the blood pumping and all that shit. And that was what really inspired me. That I just like I need to start making horror movies. I need to like step outside my vein of music and really actually make films. I do a lot of special effects shit too with silicone and
Right,
like
but then it could coincide too. Your songs could be the background, like the music for the whole freaking movie, like playlist or whatever. Like
yeah,
that could be kind of dope.
they definitely go
Um,
hand in hand for sure. Yeah.
yeah. And speaking of that, because maybe one other artist has said something along not quite similar, but like I think there's one artist that does do a little like movie stuff that I interviewed, maybe Nuisance One or something. At any rate, realistically, where do you see yourself in 5 years? What's the game plan? Do you plan to be signed as an artist? Do you plan to still just be an independent artist putting out labels? You just told us about this video photography or whatever it is. Are you going to at some point just lit up on the music and focus in on being a producer or whatever you would call that for, I don't know the proper terms in acting or making movies or whatever. But in 5 years, if I reach out to you and I'm like, Ill Fortune, what's up, dude? You want to come back on the show? You know what I'm saying? What's the goal? What are you going to tell us?
In
Maybe you'll
five
have your
years,
own label and coincide the label with the movie thing. Oh,
in 5 years, the only thing that's really going to change is I'm going to have a lot more content out, and I'm going to have more awareness, which is just always a constant thing over the years. I believe in the marathon or it's a fucking marathon, not a sprint type of mindset with that.
right.
I don't plan on ever getting signed. I've already established that I'm not someone that ever wants to be signed to a record label. I want to be independent for as long as I live. For someone like me who does everything themselves and I put up all the money for my shit, there's nothing a record label could really do for me besides the public image where people go, oh, he's signed by so-and-so. He must be so good. It's like,
Right,
if that's
right.
what it takes for you to take somebody seriously, go eat a fucking dick, because independent artists,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't need to be signed to any of these fucking labels to be taken seriously. And what you said about starting your own label, that's pretty much the goal, man, is start my own record label when the time is right. I'm already working with an array of artists that I really fuck with that are doing all their own things too. Shout out Acid Cult. I'm riding with them. It's not a label. It's more of a, community of artists, a collective, if you will, of dope artists doing dope things. And so it's like,
Absolutely.
I got collectives that I'm a part of and shit like that. But at the end of the day, it's independent till the day I die, and as far as films go, that definitely is like, you're going to see me with a feature length film within 5 years for sure. Maybe even 2. I'm actually about to start getting to work on my first feature length movie in the winter time. I'm going to start writing it. I already actually wrote the screenplay, but I've sat on it over a year, and I've decided I've learned so much about story structure and character arcs and everything that I've decided to redo the whole thing and make it even better. But that's basically
You
where you're going to
realize
see me,
how
man.
dope that would be to like sit in a theater and watch a movie that you done and be able to be like, I know this dude! Even if hypothetically, not that what you would create would suck, but even hypothetically, if I didn't like the movie, I would like, what? That's cool, man. That's big dreams. That's big shit. And it sounds like you got a good head on your shoulder about it, and you're doing taking the proper steps and stuff to do what you need to do to see that through, and not just half-ass it or whatever. So good on you, bro. That's awesome. And I just wanted to shout out Bam Bam, the Voodoo Child.
Yeah, that's the homie
He's
right
in the
there.
chat. It was in the chat.
Hell
Appreciate
yeah.
you stopping through for Mr. Fortune. Um, yeah, hell yeah. Um, That's a different ass answer too that I've ever had for that question.
Most people
That's
trying to
dope.
get signed, I feel like, and it's not a problem, but it's like, why limit yourself when you can do so much yourself? That's the thing, is no one does as much that they like. Not saying people don't work hard. I don't want to be saying that, but like, we're capable of doing so much as humans. You know what I'm saying? Like, learn how to mix your own shit. You know, it's really not
Right.
that hard. There's videos on YouTube to learn it.
Yeah, for sure. Just to skip around and try to stay on the right time frame. The next question I'm gonna pick is so obviously, but I'm still gonna ask it. Have you been to or played the Gathering of the Juggalos, and if so, how many times on both accords?
Yeah, I think I mentioned it earlier. I played in 2022. I got, I think I submitted for it, and then they invited me and gave me a ticket back when they gave artists tickets to perform. But yeah, that was pretty cool. That was on the Nightmare stage, is what they called it that year. So it was like not the main one, but the second biggest one they had. And then I had King Keto up there with me rocking out. Like I said, it was a dope fucking set. And then last year, I didn't do my own set, but I was on Enoch X Mortis' shit. We did a song called Hell Driver, which is super dope track. Yeah, that's a dope fucking song if you haven't heard it. But yeah, I plan on performing again. You probably see me. I shouldn't say it because it's, throwing it out there, but I'm gonna try to perform in 2026. That's the goal.
Hell yeah, that's what's up. All right, dope. The next question, I always feel like it either comes off obvious or weird when I ask it because you're an artist associated with artists. So answer this just however you want to answer it, and I have an example for it. So the question goes as follows: have you ever met anyone famous to you? So, like, I have met ICP finally. I've met Ouija on some occasions. I've met people like you and Scum and Cartoon and Thick Chris just walking around the gathering, insane poetry, and, some really dope people. But I like to also throw into this question that I have also met Polly Shore. So,
Cool.
have you met anyone famous to you?
I have, like you said, at the gathering, it's a great place to just meet people walking around. I'm trying to think of who the fuck we met. I think we talked to like some dude from Trauma briefly. I fucking forget what his name is. I hate that because I love Trauma. So if you know what Trauma is, like a movie company. I never met ICP, unfortunately, but I've met for horror actors, I met Robert Englund, like I mentioned earlier, Kane Hodder, Ken Kersinger. We met Bradley Douglas, Pinhead.
Yeah.
We met the guy that played Leatherface in Texas Chainsaw 2, Bob Elmore, rest in peace. A lot of horror actors. We're like really big into going to conventions and shit. So like we love just like traveling to those and getting autographs and pictures with people. That's kind of like big bucket list shit for us. We're going to be meeting Bill Moseley here in a month, actually, in Minneapolis, Crypticon. He's going to be there. If you know who that is, he played Chop Top and Otis in House of a Thousand Corpses. So yeah, I would say horror actors are more on the list of people that I've met. As far as like rapping goes, it's weird. I don't consider too many people famous. Like obviously, like ICP, I consider them famous, but like underground artists, I don't.
3.4 million followers.
Yeah, and
on
followers don't mean
Spotify
shit
or
to me
something.
either. Like
Crazy.
I don't even look at followers and shit like that. Like I'm kind of like I look at people a lot of the time. If that makes sense.
Right,
like even if I'm not equals with a lot of these motherfuckers, I look at them like competition in a way. Like I don't consider a lot of people famous. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get it. You guys are at most, and I say you guys non-biasedly. I'm not an artist, so I say you guys as a whole, artists, singers, songwriters, are all in the same pot doing the same thing or whatever. Rather it's seeing, you know what I'm saying, you're equal or not, or whatever the case is. You're all doing the same thing. Right. Some of you are at the same level. Some of you are not. Some are above, so on and so forth. Me, obviously, ICP is legendary for their independence to the fame and level that they done, and they done it on their own with no handouts. And they they opened the portal for us to know who we were and have a place to call home, and
Oh yeah,
they're legendary. You know
we
what I'm
wouldn't be
saying?
doing this.
That's fame.
We wouldn't be doing
Right,
this
you
shit if it
know.
wasn't for them. You got to give props when it's due, because most of us wouldn't be here doing this shit. We probably wouldn't even be talking right now if it wasn't for them. So
Right, but for
it's
like
like,
me, even like getting to run into Darby and Ouija, that's crazy to me. Like them just being humble and talking to me like just nonchalant. That's to me, maybe to you that would just be hanging out with a equal. You know what I'm saying, or
well, I don't know
whatever.
if I put
So
myself like up. I guess there's tiers to it, you know. There's definitely tiers to the underground shit, but like
right,
when I
right.
said it's competition, I mean it's healthy competition. Like it's not like, oh, I fucking hate that guy, I got to be better than him.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah, yeah.
we're
Right.
pushing
I'm
each
gunning
other
for
to be
a
better,
spot.
you know. Yeah, exactly. We're all pushing
Yeah,
each other to
yeah.
do dope shit, I think, and that's the thing as I've aged over the years, is I've gotten more humble and less hateful. Coming up, I was pretty freaking negative about just lyricals, and I was super cynical. I was super cynical about lyrics. I like, if you were spitting some whack shit, I wouldn't hesitate to chew you out or call you out, or and
And that's how it should be. Don't stop doing that one, homie, because that's fucking real. You don't need what's that term? Like people that just sit there and yes men. You don't yes men in your circle are not gonna help you
well,
grow or build, or that's not the
I'll specify a little more. What I mean is, like, you can either go for super lyrical hip hop, or you can go for like a gimmick and a vibe. You know what I'm saying? There's those
right.
two sides, and I've always like historically gone for the lyrical shit and kind of like neglected the vibe side of it, or the gimmick side. Not to say I
Right,
haven't done
right.
some gimmicky stuff, but I'm realizing now it's sometimes you got to step back from trying to be too lyrical and make way for doing something that people are going to relate to and vibe with, if that makes sense.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
Tyler,
yeah.
the Creator, said something once about Eminem, where he said nowadays he's almost too technical, where it's distasteful. You know what I'm saying? There's no vibe to his music and shit, and that's a subjective opinion, but I understand what he meant, because if you're trying too hard to be lyrical, it can come off as like just trying too hard. So I think just
Yeah, yeah.
not getting in my own
He's
head.
been
Yeah.
he's been told he's the legend for so long that that's real. And you mean Tyler the Creator, the rapper? Because that dude's
Yeah.
fucking cool as shit, bro.
Yeah, he said that.
He's different, but I dig him.
And I don't even really listen to him that like at all, actually. But like, just when he said that, I was like, I feel that, because I used to love Eminem, but I hate his new shit. And
Right.
like, maybe occasionally he'll drop something, but at the end of the day, it's just too technical, where it's off-putting. And I would rather listen to something that has just a feeling to it, moreover than just like some dope wordplay. And I still love wordplay, don't get me wrong, but it's like, if you can do both, that's when you're doing it right. That's the goal.
Right. Right. All right, enough with the heavy for now. What's your favorite color?
Green.
Oh, I mean,
Definitely.
my favorite color is red, black, and purple. I like green, like nature, like looking at it, but to wear it, it doesn't fit my color palette. At least I feel. I think I look, even though ironically I have to wear it for work because I work at Dollar Tree, but
Well, you know what?
I want to just choose to wear a green shirt. That's me, you know what I'm saying? I don't think it fits my color palette. My color palette, even though I don't really care for much of those, is like yellow, brown, something. So they say. I don't even know what the fuck a color palette is, but I
Yeah.
can appreciate certain colors that look better, I think, on
You know,
me.
I wear more purple than anything else, black and purple, I think. But green is just, I love it because it's slimy, grimy, fucking gooey.
Right.
I love it.
Yeah,
It's mutant shit.
absolutely. Um, what's your now? You mentioned earlier that you love monkeys, but what's your favorite domesticated animal at home, and your favorite wild type animal specifically, if you can pinpoint it? If it's that same monkey, cool.
Well,
But
I love my pit bull. I gotta say, he's fucking awesome. But my newest like favorite domesticated animal that me and my wife want to get one is axolotl. Have you ever heard of those?
oh my, listen, dude, I have an aquatics channel. I know about axolotls. They're fucking dope
Yeah,
as shit, man. They
they're
can
like
only
little
be by
aliens.
themselves though. Yeah, or you're gonna put guppies in there and they're gonna eat them. But you got to be careful. They get impacting a lot in their stomach. they'll swallow sand and stuff. So you just got to be careful. But yeah, they're cool. I got videos for hours on tropical fish. I got fish tanks downstairs, man. That's my little weird side hobby, believe it or not. Like my animal is a dog too, and pit bulls specifically. But I have snakes. I've had birds. I have fish. I got a 2,000-gallon pond with a gar outside. I love nature more than people. You know what I'm saying? Like our people, if you're my kind of people, we're cool. But I'm still like not a social butterfly, or at least what I portray on here or at concerts. But again, that's a different vibe, a different group of people. It ain't just out in the masses with normies or what I'm saying, regular people. So
Yeah, my wife is a
yeah.
fucking druid, man. She's all about animals. Like fuck humans, animals are where it's at. And she knows all that shit about that. Like we'd get them, and I would probably do nothing except watch them, and she would do all the taking care of them. So I'm
Dude,
lucky.
they're cool.
Yeah,
That's a pet to
they're
have, man,
little
and they're low
eyes, man.
maintenance. Yeah, and their little tentacles and bruh, they're cool.
Yeah,
You
they're like
do they can
aliens.
bite. It won't hurt, but they have like a vacuum suction. So like if they ever go to like bite your finger, it feels weird. It's it's interesting. Yeah, that's cool that you brought that up. I gotta promote it, man. I'm sorry. I have a YouTube channel called Casual Aquatics. If anybody is into the tropical fish hobby, I have thousands of videos over there that you can just go get lost in, bro. Sorry. That's awesome.
Check that shit out. Yeah.
But back to you. Do you have any siblings, and do they support your career?
I got a younger brother and I got an older brother. My younger brother's like 10 years younger than me. He just turned 18. It's like 11 years actually. My older brother's about a year and a half. Both of them are super supportive. We're all super close. Older brother lives out in fucking Oregon. Younger brother still lives at home. And then I shouldn't even mention her, but I got a half sister, but she's not like we don't talk about her. So it's like, I don't even know why I bring her up, but you know what I'm saying. But you asked, I got 3 siblings, so
No, that's straight.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. At least you're being honest, bro. I like to ask. I don't think that as even me being a digital creator or whatever, but as like artists and I don't think we should expect the people that know us most and best to just have to support us. They've been there our whole lives, rocking with us or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But when those people genuinely like get on board, they like something you done or whatever. That's like the best feeling ever when they start supporting you, like genuinely or whatever, not feeling forced or nothing like that or whatever. So it's
Well,
pretty
we're
cool.
all
Now,
different, but we all overlap in some of our interests. So it's like my brother's a writer, and he was a film guy before I was. Like he was making videos and shit, and he's the one that should be the director, not me, honestly. But he's helped me a lot with a lot of that stuff and learning aspect. And I've taught my little brother everything I know about anything he wants to know. So it's just helping each other out.
okay, yeah. Now earlier you mentioned that you pretty much was born into this stuff, man. You've been doing it pretty much your whole life, as long as you could form sentences and whatnot, which is really cool. But I'm still gonna ask this question because you might still have a different answer for it. So the question goes as follows: do you think the skill came natural, or did you have to learn and practice? And what I mean by that is some people, they say, are born with a given talent, and other people have to practice, learn, go to school, whatever, but then they're equally competitive or talented in that thing. So do you think it was more of a natural thing, or was there any of a learning curve there?
There was a humongous learning curve. I don't think I had any natural talent. I still don't think I have natural talent. The only thing I think I have going for me is determination. That's the truth. I think that everything I did up until the time that I was in my 20s sucked ass. Personal opinion. I think it all sucked. I think, though, that if you listen to it from the first shit that I did, you know, to where I started to actually get decent, it's a progression. It's not like it was just really bad, and then all of a sudden it was really, you know, it was listenable.
Right.
It was like I really had to work at it. Like my shit was corny as fuck, but like I said, I've been writing since I was in elementary school. And it was just like I don't know what it was, man. Maybe it's where I was from. Maybe it's because I have this thing where I don't really give a fuck what people think about me, to you know, for the most part when it comes to my art.
Excuse me.
So it's like I don't put myself in the space where I have to try to sound cool. Like a lot of people I feel like try to sound cool and create an impression, and I never used to do that. I do it more nowadays because I realize you have to be more cognizant of what you're putting out there if you're trying to create a business. But I didn't think like that for the first 20 years of my life, you know? So it wasn't until I was like 20 years old that when I started my business and I rebranded to Ill Fortune. So I changed my name to that, play off my actual name. And that's when I started putting beats out and getting real serious about it. And I think that's when the switch really happened, you know? So no, I don't think I have any natural raw talent at this shit. I just fucking was determined as hell to learn how to make beats and mix my own shit and make videos and edit, do graphic design and everything else.
And obviously, I would like to add, you were fortunate to be around some cool people that was all about music and the right kind of music, in my opinion. So it sounds like, anyhow.
Yeah,
I'm
it
sure
is
that
my
had a
uncle.
thing to
Shout
do
out to
with
my
it.
uncle. Yeah, I gotta say, shout out Gary. I always shout him out in every interview I do because he was a huge influence. My uncle, he's the one that got me into horror and into the Juggalo culture and shit. He's not even into Juggalo shit anymore. He hasn't been for a while, but it's like it's sad, but it's, you know, I'm still happy that he was there to expose me and my brother.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Midnight Yami up in the house. Whoop whoop. What's up, dude? All of y'all coming through. They fuck with you, Ill Fortune.
Hell
I
yeah,
don't be
whoop,
seeing
whoop.
this many artists at once. I see a couple here and there pop in.
That's
That's awesome.
awesome.
And it's ironic you started to tell us like the next question that was like flowing right in. So let me just ask this is kind of like two-part, and it's kind of worded weird, but I don't have really no other way to word it. Who or what came up with your stage name? You just started to kind of tell us how did that come about, and then if you have a logo that is identifiably you, so rather it's on a shirt, a hat, whatever, we know that's Ill Fortune.
Yeah, logo right here. So actually, the day I changed to Ill Fortune was the day I made this logo. I was sitting at work, where same place that I still work now. I've been there about 10 years now. Um, I was sitting there in my office at a group. It's at a group home. I work with like vulnerable adults and shit. And at that time, up to that point, I had always gone under the name
Hold
Bloodshot.
up. Oh, hey, it's kind of like I don't know. It's sounding funky for a minute. Give it a second to like
How's that sound?
and now I just see my own self kind of like cycle out or whatever.
Yeah, it looks a little glitchy. Yeah.
Give me 1 second here. I thought I made sure everything was. Yeah.
Shout out everybody in the chat. Y'all are dope for showing up. Appreciate you. I'm high as hell.
Absolutely.
Right now. It's Friday night. I'm
Okay,
about to watch a horror movie
sorry.
after this.
There you go. I'm sorry to ask you to repeat what you was saying about your logo.
Oh yeah. Okay, so I'll try to shorten it up. I make shit long winded sometimes. So I was sitting there at work.
No, I appreciate that.
Yeah. And I was like, at that point, up to that point, I had gone by Bloodshot. That was my rap name, and I hadn't released beats yet. I think I had one beat on YouTube. It was a Jaron Benton type beat, and that beat got like 7,000 views within a month. And I was like, holy fucking shit! My normal music doesn't even get 200 views, and this beat got 7,000. What the fuck is going on? So at that point, I was like, I should just make fucking beats if this beat's gonna get that many views. So I was sitting at work and I was like, you know, I want to do something off my real name. And I was going to do Hunter Fortune straight up. That was going to be my rap name. And I was like, I could do my real name, but what if I just like, ill, you know, it just popped into my head because, you know, I fucking Ill Bill, I listened to him and shit growing up. I was like, you know, everybody calls themselves Lil. I'm like, I'm gonna try to bring the ill back. You know, nobody calls themselves ill anymore, hardly ever. And not only that, but ill fortune. I thought about it, I was like, wait, that's an actual phrase. Like ill fortune, that's a synonym for bad luck. So it's like actually a
Right.
thing, you know what I'm saying? So, and I was like, that makes sense because I've only ever had bad fucking luck in my life up until now. And it was almost like when I switched to that name and then I pull out a piece of fucking printer paper and I started doodling logos and I came up with this shit on a piece of paper. Fucking, I knew it. Like that was it. I was like, it looks like a scythe. When I started drawing it, I was actually drawing a scythe and it didn't have a curve to it. It was like more straight up and down. And I wanted it to be an I and an F combined. So I was like, a scythe looks like an I and an F if you do it right. But then I decided to add the curve to it because it just gives it a little bit more of a, just something, you know, it just makes it look better that way. I wish I had the paper with the old like drawings on it. Man, maybe I do somewhere. I don't know. But that was it. Once I did that, shit just turned around. I started making beats, putting them out there. And my first beats are still on YouTube. You can go all the way back to the start of my YouTube and see the first beats that I ever put out there. I don't think the Jaron Benton one is out. I think I might have like archived that one because it wasn't the best beat. I don't know why it got so many views. It wasn't very good. But
right. Ascension of Fears, the illest motherfucker I know. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah,
I think I said that right. I don't.
Ascension of Aries. I know him. He's dope.
Oh, my fault. Juggalo Gamer, Remington, whoop whoop. What up,
Whoop, whoop.
homie?
Hell yeah.
I think I know that ninja. He came to our camp for a bit. Daddy did last year.
Yeah.
He's part of Strange JRB.
That's the homies. Hell yeah. No, I camped there. We weren't there that much, but I camped there. So I was sleeping there.
Right. All right, so I don't know how much time you really have left. I told you I was going to keep it around an hour. Right there, we are at 51 minutes and 39 seconds. Now, we can try to do a speed run through some of these either or questions, or I can just ask you like 3 real quick fill in the blank questions, and then we do an outro and wrap up.
Let's just do them both, man. I got time. I got a little bit of time here. We can do both that shit. I like the either or stuff.
All right. So it's literally just an assortment of either or. You pick one or the other, and we just roll through the questions. The first one starts with Twix or Reese's.
Oh, Reese's, man.
All right. Summer, fall, or winter?
Fuck. That was tough because I'm a snowboarder, but it's always winter in Minnesota, and it's barely fall, so I gotta say fall because Halloween. I love fall.
All right. Day or night?
Day. I know, right? It's day.
It totally was like, I hate mornings, man. I hate mornings with a passion. I'm a night owl, so I naturally would be picking.
I used to be, man, but I'm a morning guy now, and I do all my best work during the day, and that's when I get my projects done, and I have the fun during the day. The night time's when I sleep.
Yeah, I get it. All right, truck or car?
Car.
All right. You're sorry, excuse me. You're taking the sweetheart out on a date. Are you going for a movie night or are you going roller skating?
Fucking movie, man. Always a movie. What do you mean? Always.
All right. Pizza or pasta?
Pizza. Fuck pasta. I hate pasta.
All right. The next one's for your fans. Which are you most active on, Facebook or Instagram?
Exactly 50-50.
Right, they're probably interconnected.
Those are the only two, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I actually deleted my Twitter account because I've always hated Twitter, and now I hate it even more. Well, it's X now, but and I don't fuck with TikTok. I deleted that shit too. I reinstalled it recently, but I can't get down with TikTok. I hate short form
That's
content.
crazy. I was just about to ask that one too. Would that work? So you answered that question for us because I was gonna say TikToks or Twitter.
Neither.
Right. Pepsi products or Coke products?
Coke.
All right.
But I actually
Wow.
can't
I
drink
usually get.
soda, so Olipop. I'm gonna go with Liquid Death and Olipop.
All right, but if it had to be a Fago,
Oh, I do drink Fago still occasionally when it's like a concert or something. I'll get a Fago, but I can't drink pop because my stomach won't allow it. It's some fucked shit.
oh well, that sucks. Do you have a favorite flavor Fago though, like or that you recall?
Cotton candy or the I like that red, white, and blue one they do. I forget what it's called, but that one tastes good as shit. It's like the popsicle.
Mine is probably right now, anyways, as it sits, firework.
Is that the one? Is that the red, white, and blue popsicle one?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what I'm saying. It's cotton candy or it's that
Is
one. That one is good.
okay. Yeah, yeah. That's good shit. Um, pie or cake?
Pie all day. Specifically pumpkin pie.
Ooh, yes. Um, okay, you're forced. You don't have a choice. You have to pick one or the other. You have to make a 3 mile walk in the rain or a 5 mile walk in the desert, provided water and a couple shade spots so you don't dehydrate.
I have never been in the desert in my life. I've been to Las Vegas, but I was in the city, so it's not like in the desert, you know. I would choose the rain all day because that's what I'm acclimated to. It rains here all the effing time, dude, all the time.
Right,
Yeah,
right. Um, uh, Mexican food or Chinese? Oh, hold up. Signal doing some weird shit. I don't know. I don't even know if you're still with me. Maybe you don't
I'm
see
here.
me. Oh, there it goes. That's weird. He's like, come here.
It looks good for me. I don't know what's
Oh,
going on, but it looks good for me. So
wow. It must have been on my end. That's so weird. Yeah, Mexican food or Chinese?
Chinese all day. I can't do Mexican because of my stomach, but even before that, I still wasn't really super into it. I like quesadillas, I guess, but that's about it.
All right. Fair enough. Uh, okay. So we're at the three fill in the blank questions. Um, my favorite vacation was blank.
My favorite vacation was when I went to Salem, Massachusetts with my wife on our honeymoon. It was absolutely freaking cool. We drove all the way there. It was like 30 hours. So we went through Canada and Pennsylvania and a bunch of states. And yeah, it was a crazy ass vacation. Salem, Massachusetts is awesome. If you like wicked shit, you got to go there in the fall. It's dope.
And
A lot
that
of cool
like
parties.
where the what is that?
That's where the
Salem
witch
witch? Yeah,
the witch trials, yeah. And we went into
shit
the houses
happened.
and shit.
Yeah,
Yep. Super cool place.
that'd be dope.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. Okay. The bicycle I remember most as a kid was blank.
I'm a BMX biker, bro. I still have my best
Oh,
bicycles. I have both my best bikes. And they're not specific brands, so I can't even say that because I built one of them from scratch, part by part. It took me 2 years. It's like almost $2,000 worth, that fucking bike. And then the other one is I bought it from my buddy when he quit biking, and same thing, he built it. So yeah, I can't put a brand on it, but I'll say We the People is one of my favorite
that's
brands. So
yeah, that's dope. I only ever had like a Nex or a Mongoose, dreamed of a Dino or something like that. You know what I'm
I had
saying?
it
A
next when I was a
Haro would have
kid.
been cool.
I had it next, and then I got a
Yeah.
Haro, but my Haro sucked because it was a horse. And then, yeah, then I said, I built one. So
Right, right. Now, when you say BMX, you mean like those tiny sprocket pedal bikes?
Well, I mean, yeah, tiny sprockets on them. Yeah, for freestyle biking, doing tricks and going,
Yeah,
grinding and doing,
yeah.
whole thing. I have
It's
like a
not
whole
like a
YouTube channel.
traditional sprocket where when you pedal, you just like you can over pedal and it's not. I don't know how to explain it. You know what the hell you're talking about. I don't
Yeah,
know exactly what
my
I'm talking about, but I have an idea.
I shouldn't even
I
say
never
this.
had them.
I shouldn't say this, but if you type Hunter Fortune BMX or Hunter Fortune snowboarding, you'll probably find my channel from when I was a kid. I shouldn't even put that out there. I've never really even fucking
That's
said
dope.
that, but
Everybody look it up right now. Give him some views. No. Speaking of, whatever links he wants to give us, you're going to be able to find in the description of this video at the top. If you're watching this on the replay and you made it to the end, firstly, thank you. I fucking love you. Secondly, go check out the top description of this video because he will have already given me the links that he wants you to have to find all of his music platforms, all of his social medias, whatever he wants you to have, merch. If he has a merch website, you will be able to find all of that in the description of this video. Um,
yeah.
the last fill in the blank question I have for you is the best part about the beach, freshwater or salt, is blank.
The bet with the can you-
Yeah,
pardon
I'll
the
repeat it. The
yeah,
best
let's do it
part
again.
about going to the beach, rather it is a freshwater beach or a saltwater beach, is blank. What's your favorite part about the beach?
So I've never actually okay, that's not true. I've been to the ocean twice. I've been to the West Coast and the East Coast. Both times were very quick instances where I barely had enough time to touch water. The West Coast was right off. It was in LA, right off of the pier, whatever it is, where they have the fair and whatever. You know what I'm saying? I can't remember what the hell it's called, but my buddy went in the water and I stepped in. It was nighttime. It was like 10 o'clock at night, and it was like May, so it was cold as shit, even for LA. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm not swimming in this ocean at night. Screw that. And so the other time was in San Diego.
No.
Yeah. So that's my only two experiences with salt water. And I remember actually like not necessarily tasting the salt water, but kind of, and I was like, damn, this shit is salty as motherfucker. So yeah, I'm all about the fresh water. Minnesota, man, we got 10,000 lakes roughly. Not as much as Wisconsin, but we still have a lot of lakes. So it's I don't know, just chilling on the beach, going on Lake Superior and sitting in the waves. That's like a new thing that I've kind of discovered is going out in the wavy days and like getting in the cold ass water. It's cold as shit, but if you can stand it, just like letting the waves fucking rock you, man. I don't know. I'm not like used to like big lakes and shit coming from Minnesota. So when I moved to Duluth, which is on the Great Lakes, I don't know if anybody knows that, but it's on Lake Superior. It's like a whole different thing. You know what I'm saying? So I had to get used to that.
Yeah. Absolutely. There's a little static in that, but I made out most of it. I don't know why. It's like we're right here at the end, and it wants to be like.
I gotta keep my answers short. I'm going on stoned rants right now.
Yeah.
Is it still staticky?
I don't. It's so like I'm just trying to like maybe catch up for a minute. I don't know why it's. I don't know. It doesn't like me. It says get off the internet. Um.
Damn.
Right, something. I expect most people to come up here and be like women in bikinis. You know what I'm saying? Which the sites are nice. They're always nice, but that's not what
I
it is for
mean,
me. It's the connection.
sorry, I didn't
It's
mean to
the
cut you off.
connection. No, you're good. It's just being there and walking up to the shore in the water and being humbled, realizing there's something bigger than you out there. You'll never beat Mother Nature, no matter how strong you think you are. You can drown in a teaspoon of water. You know what I'm saying? If you go outside and stick your bare feet in the grass, believe it or not, you can get grounded and kind of just connect and chill out or whatever. Maybe it's the hippie in me or something. I
I
don't know,
love that
but
answer,
that's my
dude.
favorite part about the beach. You know
I
what I'm
love that
saying?
answer so much. That's amazing. I spend too much time in my studio, so when I actually get out to like enjoy nature, I'm just like taken in by all of it. I can't even focus on any one aspect. I don't touch grass as much as I used to. I need to get better at that.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, man, that's pretty much a wrap. This is your moment to give any last minute shout outs. If there's anything that I missed or didn't ask that you actually wanted to touch on, you can say that or whatever. And then I got a little outro that I don't change. I do it every time. And then I'll say that. And we'll get you out of here, man. But I just want to say thank you. It's been a good stream overall, aside from my internet being a little laggy. I'm guessing my end or whatever.
Hopefully it's not bad for them because it seems pretty smooth on my side. Hopefully they're not lagging, but who knows? All I'm going to say is get ready for Mud, M-U-D, because it is coming. Keep an eye on my page and Enoch X Mortis's page. You'll see more details roll out in the following weeks.
Hell yes, absolutely. That's a good dude he's mentioning. You living under a rock, go check out Enoch X Mortis. That dude is dope. Folks, if you've been here before, you know what I'm about to say. And I don't even care if you take your leave, but I like to end my streams the same way every time, and that is telling you to tell somebody you love them, because you don't know who needs to hear that, and it could be you that changes their way of thinking, helps them through a hard time that they're overlooking because they're not quite thinking about that direct answer or solution to the problem. And you've been there. When I was homeless and 18, sitting on a park bench, didn't nobody think I was homeless. They just thought I was a dirty kid. Didn't nobody come up and say, look, I can't give you no money, but I'll listen to you. Do you need somebody to talk to? Nobody done that. You know what I'm saying? Don't walk around with just so much hate, conspicuous hate in your heart for no reason. Instead, do the opposite and just give some love away for free and see if it's reciprocated or whatever. And if you're too macho to tell somebody, a stranger, you love them, tell them Wiggles loves them and tell them where to find me so I can tell them myself. It's been a great night, folks. It's been a great stream. I'm so excited for Got Jay. If you're going to it, come find me, get a picture, get a hug. We're out of here. Thanks so much, Ill Fortune.
Yeah, whoop, whoop.